PG, DHHM, all these things. So today I have assigned to tell you something about your air pollution and water pollution. Right? So can I stop the video? Okay, we can discuss only. Can you tell, Shamata, you are from which place?
Bengaluru, sir.
Bangalore. Banani, you are also from Bangalore, right? So we can start from the air pollution. Uh, what do you mean by air pollution? What is the weather or the environment of the Bangalore right now? Is it polluted?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So we can know what are the pollution actually, what is its effects, and how can we prevent this pollution if it is possible. So what is air pollution? If you want to know, so it is the contamination of any form like dust, fumes, gases, or smoke, anything in excess amount in the air, which can injurious to human, plants, or animal. Right? This is the air pollution. Is it? So before we can start, there is a classifications of air pollution. So what are the classification of air pollution? It's divided basically into three types. One depends on the origin of the air pollution. Second one is your chemical composition of the air pollution, and the third one is your state of matters. Which type of matters of the air pollution? So basically, it is classified into three types: origin, chemical composition, and state of matter. Clear? So when we discuss about the origin of air pollution, it is again two types. One is your primary pollutants, and another is your secondary pollutant. Primary pollutants are sulfurs of sulfur oxides and nitrogen oxide, hydrocarbons. These are the primary pollutants. And the secondary pollutants, which are created by the pollution, like your ozone. Ozone is O3, and PAN, that is peroxyacetyl nitrate. Okay. So PAN and ozone are the secondary pollutions of the origin varieties of classification. So origin is primary and secondary. One is sulfur nitrate and your sulfur oxides, and the nitrogen oxides and the hydrocarbons. When you go to the next type, it is your chemical composition of the organic pollution. Organic and inorganic. It is also two types: organic and the inorganic. Chemical composition. So in organic, it's depend on the carbon and the hydrogen compound. Okay, like your hydrocarbons and hydrogen and carbons of oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfurs. So these are the pollutant of organic chemical composition. Another is your inorganic chemical composition, like your carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and your ozone and hydrogen fluoride, hydrogen chlorides. These are all inorganic chemical compositions type of air pollutant. The third variety is state of the matter. State of matter. That means in which state we will get the pollutants, like particulate state or in gaseous state. Right? In particulate state, it is of three types. One is your physical type, chemical type, and biological type. So state of matter again divided into two types: particulate and gaseous. And particulate is again divided into three types. One is physical, another is chemical, and the third one is the biological. Physicals means the physical property of the particulates, means the size of the particulate, whether it is a small one, the large one. Okay. Another is the formation of the particular physical matter. Okay. Settling down, the properties of the settling down of the pollutant is also coming under this physical particulate matter. Another is your optical. Okay. Nowadays you will see in many places, you can take into account the example of Delhi. The visibility or optical visibility of is very less. You cannot drive your car in the morning. It is so much smoke due to this high particulate matter. The optical density is very high, so you cannot see the near object also. That's why Delhi pollution is very high nowadays, due to increased optical pollutants there. The second particulate material pollutant is your chemical type. Chemical is simply basically two types again. It is organic type and inorganic type. And the third one type is your biological. So biological means it is either bacteria or the virus or the spores, anything. Okay. So state of matter divided into two types: particulate matter. Again, this is divided into three types: physical, chemical, and biological. Physical is your depends on the size, the formation, the settling down properties of the matter, and the optical matter. Chemical is organic and inorganic. Biological is bacterial, viral, and the spores. The second part of the state of matter is gaseous type. Okay. Among these gases, first is your oxide of sulfur. So any oxide of sulfur coming under this gaseous type of matter. So this is the most common type of air pollutant of this gaseous variety, and among them, sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxides are the most common air pollutant among these, and this is the most common. And the second most common is your oxides of nitrogen. That is nitrogen oxide and nitrogen dioxide. These are the more common air pollutant. The third one is your ozone. How ozone is formed? Ozone is, ozone is very common nowadays relating to air pollution. Ozone, there's holes in the ozone. There's so many hazardous effect caused due to destruction of the ozone layer. Okay, so how ozone is formed? Ozone is the formation of ozone is occurred by the hydrocarbon mixed with the different oxides of nitrogen, and due to the high increase in the pollution and the temperature increase, that will give rise to a photochemical oxidative reaction, which give rise to a ozone along with the nitrogen dioxide and pan. Pan is your peroxyacetyl nitrate. So these are the compounds that form due to the high pollution due to the photochemical oxidative reaction. So how the ozone is harmful to our environment? Basically, there is so many layers in the our environment above the earth surface. The most nearest is the lower one is troposphere. It is up to 10 kilometers from the surface of the earth, and another layer, that is your stratosphere, that is up to 50 kilometers from the level of the earth. So stratosphere is the upper part, and the troposphere is the lower part of the ozone layer. So due to smog and other pollution, there is uh, uh, there is loss of this ozone layer, so which leads to ill health and decrease the crop production and imbalance in the ecosystem. Right. So oxide of carbons and carbon monoxide. This is the third one, ozone, and the fourth one is the oxide of carbon. So oxide of carbon, the most challenging and most harmful is your carbon monoxide, which is usually produced by the automobiles and the partially burnt material. So those things which are partially burned, that will emit carbon monoxide more than the complete burnt material, along with the automobiles. That will carbon monoxide will also help in formation of the smoke. So many places you'll nowadays you can see there's so much of smog there, which is difficult to live a natural life there. Take into account example like in Delhi there is so much of smog nowadays. So early morning even people are not able to coming out from the house. The school has closed. Okay, the airports are closed, the railways are closed due to this high smog level. So these are the different classification of air pollution. Okay, it's the what are the sources of air pollution? When you go to the sources, basically it is two type. One is your natural sources, and another is anthropogenic. Natural means nature also help not help. Nature is also polluted the environment by itself, and anthropogenic means it is man-made pollution. Okay, but we are polluting the environment, that is anthropogenic, and the another one is natural, it is caused by the nature itself. So there are so many things like your volcanic eruption, where there is pollution. And volcanic when there is a volcanic eruption, so much of dust, fly ashes are and various gases like sulfur dioxides are emitting from the volcanic eruptions. So that will produce the air pollution there. Like process of pollination is the another one, where there is pollens are carried out by the wind to another places, and that will also produce different air pollution. The third one is the desert storm or the dust storms. Okay, here the wind carries the pollution of your dust and the sand to different area, and it will pollute the environment. And the fourth one is the forest fires. What is forest fire? When there is friction of trees against each other, or there is a lightning strike on them, there will be a forest fire, and which emits mainly carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, different hydrocarbons, and the oxide of nitrogen. And next type is your anthropogenic, which is also called as man-made. Okay, so man-made are basically of uh, stationary sources and another is mobile sources. Stationary sources like your different engines, heating, cooking, burning, and incinerations used in the different commercial or household industries, right? And mobile sources are like your line sources like heavy vehicles, train or channel vessels, and area sources are like railway yard or aerodrome. These are the mobile sources of anthropogenic air pollution, right? So what are the effect of air pollution? What happens if there is air is polluted? Is it cause any ill health to our human body, plants, animals, birds? And what are the ecological effect? What is the effect to the environment itself? So health effects are depends on the different toxic matter. Like taking a look first is your carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is very toxic. It will readily combine with the oxygen and will form the carboxy hemoglobin, which is very toxic. And the carboxy hemoglobin level in the blood will determine the sign and symptom, even the death of an individual within very few minutes to few hours. So when the carbon when the carboxy hemoglobin level is increased in the blood level, the fatality of individual is very high, and the person can die also. That's why carbon monoxide is one of them, which is very fatal. Right. The second source is your oxide of nitrogen. Oxide of nitrogen usually affect your pulmonary functions like your respiratory system. It leads to your difficult breathing, and it may cause asthma of individual, a cough, sore throat. So this type of symptoms so will get by the oxides of nitrogen. The photochemical oxidants like your ozone, nitrogen dioxide, and pan, these causes eye irritations, cough, chest discomfort, headache, respiratory illness, and asthmatic like, and there is a reduce in the pulmonary function. The person will not respiration of the person is not normal. Okay. Another health hazard is due to lead is your colicky pain over the abdomen, excessive tiredness, anemia, continuous headache, loss of appetite, nausea, vomiting, and there is so many neurological abnormalities are there due to lead toxicity. Other health hazard due to hydrocarbon are carcinogenic. So hydrocarbon, no doubt, causes carcinogen effect over the body. So hydrocarbon is very previously there is tetramethyl lead was added in the petrol, and that will smoke some very poisonous substance which are very carcinogenic to individual. After that, it was banned and it was stopped in the petrol pumps. So hydrocarbons are very carcinogenic. It leads to all type of carcinogen in the human body, right? Another type of health hazard caused by oxide of sulfur is chronic respiratory diseases like your bronchitis, COPDs, cough. These are the all oxide of sulfur. And the particular method, like they will cause bronchitis, asthma, influenza, like symptoms in the human body. So these are the ill health or health condition hazards due to the air pollution. And what are the effect in the ecological system? Ecological system depend on the pollution on the roadside pollutants. Roadside pollutions due to heavy vehicles or heavy traffic, there is increase in the oxides of nitrogens and oxides of carbon, oxide of sulfur, which leads to severe respiratory illnesses in the human body, and ecologically these pollutions uh, is very sensitive over the plants also. When we discuss about the ozone and its ecological high concentration at the lower troposphere near the earth, which is lower in the earth, which is injurious to human health, also the ecosystem, where there is it will affect the crop pollution. There is decreased crop, so the production of the agriculture will be decreased like anything due to the high concentration of ozone in the lower atmosphere. So you all have heard about the acid rain, and you have maybe feel acid rain over your balcony, over the cars, bike. Okay, and this is due to the deposition of sulfur dioxide and the nitrogen oxides, which are mainly by the transport vehicles. So acid rain is may come as a short note in your exam, and the most important is your greenhouse effect. What is greenhouse effect? Simply, when there is increase in the carbon dioxide in the environment, there is cause, it will cause more heat production, and heat is trapped inside the lower atmosphere. Usually heat is radiating, but due to high carbon dioxide it will be trapped in the lower atmosphere, which leads to increase in the temperature of the environment, which we are feeling nowadays. The temperature of even the Bangalore temperature is increasing day by day. Everywhere the temperature is increasing day by day. The temperature is not healthy nowadays. So this is due to the greenhouse effect. And greenhouse effect, you may get it a short note in your exam. So this is basically due to high carbon dioxide, which increase in the temperature, and that temperature will trap in the lower environment and leads to different devastating health effect. There is a melting in the North Pole and the South Pole, increasing the sea level water, and this also causes many cyclonic problems in our country also. So global temperature changes are due to the greenhouse effect of the carbon dioxide itself. Okay, so this is a major concern nowadays worldwide to reduce the greenhouse effect. So heat usually heat radiates back to the atmosphere, but some heat are trapped in the greenhouse gases, like mostly carbon dioxide, which causes the global warming in the environment. So these are all the classification, the sources, and the effect of air pollution to human and to the environment and to the birds and the animals also. So how can we manage or how can you control this air pollution? Is there any solution to this problem? So first is your uh, to planning of industrial area, like zoning of the industrial area. It will divide by basically up to two types: macro and the national level, and the micro in the cities, small cities. So you can divide the industry into two level: macro and the micro level. Macro level is on the national level, and the micro level in the cities level. And you have to uh, organize different board of pollution control, and then there is take help from the Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Forest, and Government of India, and state government. So many help from different authorities are needed for planning of zoning and to reduce the air pollution in the country. The second type is your energy substitution. So nowadays you can see there are so many electrical vehicles are promoting in our India. In our state, in Odisha, government is promoting to use electrical vehicles instead of petrol diesel, because there is a decrease in the pollution from the electrical and petrol and diesel vehicles. So energy substitution is another good idea to reduce the air pollution, like your solar. hydraulic, and your battery operated vehicles. So using this, you can reduce the air pollution. This is another solution to the quality management. So pollution control equipments are also there. Particularly depends on the uh, contaminants type. Which type of contamination are there? So as we have discussed, there is two type of contamination: a state of matter, that is particulate type, and another is your gaseous type. If there is particulate type of contamination, particulate means your physical, chemical, biological. We will discuss the like size, settling property, optical property, organic, inorganic, viral, bacterial, and spores. If this particulate contaminations of the air is there, then we have to go for settling chamber, cyclone, bag filter, electrostatic precipitator, and the wet scrubber. So these are the methods of to control the particulate contaminants. If the contaminants are gaseous in nature, like your oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen, ozone, or oxides of carbon, so we have to go wet absorption, absorption, combustion, and condensation. So these are the methods for gaseous contamination. So repeating another time, particulate contamination, there is settlement chamber, cyclone, bag filter, electrostatic precipitator, wet scrubber, and its gaseous contaminants, its wet absorption, dry absorption, and combustion, and the condensation. So these are the different method of your pollution control equipments. So on concluding this air pollution, we have to mm, know the different classifications or causes of air pollution along with the its management to control air quality standard by different management system, like your zoning of the industrial sector, okay, changing raw material, like your energy substitutes, like your you can use solar, battery, hydraulic methods, and different political and people's contribution to reduce the air pollution in the society. So this is all about your air pollution. Any doubt you can ask. So no doubt. Okay. So after 5 minutes we can start water pollution. So we can have a break for 5 minutes. Then we can start water pollution. No? Some of the activities you will get in your booklet. Activities number one is classify the pollutants on the basis of origin and discuss the major sources of air pollution. It is already discussed. What is the classification of pollutant on the basis of origin? Right. Your answer should be it is primary pollutant and the secondary pollutants. Primary is like your oxide, sulfur oxide, nitrogen oxide, hydrocarbons. The secondaries are your ozone and pan, peroxyacetyl nitrate. So this is your classification of the pollutant according to origin. And the second part is discuss the major sources of air pollutions. So what are the sources of air pollution? One is natural, one is anthropogenic. In natural, it is like volcanic eruption, uh, your pollution due to pollination, desert storm, forest fire, and anthropogenic due to the different motor vehicles and train vehicles, aerodrome, so many activities which are man-made. It is anthropogenic. So these are the two answers. Second question is enlist the most polluted cities in terms of air pollution of India and explain the Indian air quality standard for the RPM for industrial and residential area. Most polluted city in the India is where? What is your answer? What is the most polluted city in India? Is it Delhi now? Yes. What is the most polluted city in India? So it is Delhi, right? So anybody from Delhi? Okay. The second part is your particulate matter. The third part one is photochemical smog is formed and describe briefly. How photochemical smog is formed, you have to describe briefly. These are due to formation presence of oxide of nitrogen, photochemical smogs. You have to write briefly on this. There is everything in your booklets you can read. Any doubt relating to air pollution, you can ask now. Or you can start water pollution, right? So these are all about your air pollution. Next part is your water pollution. Similarly, like air pollution, water pollution uh, depends on basically of two types. One is point pollution and this is non-point pollution. Point pollution is well defined to particular areas like a drain, sewage system. These are the point pollution. Non-point is large area like your uh, farm, a big farm area that is called as non-point pollution of water. Basically, water pollution or point pollution to non-point pollution. So before we go deep into the water pollution topic, we have to some basics idea about some terminology. Okay. First one is a water body. What is water body? When the water is accumulated or a particular places like a river, pond, lake, this is called as water body. And what is water table? So groundwater bounded groundwater boundary between the soil and the groundwater substrate. That is called as water table. For example, if you're digging a bore well, the first part after ground where we'll get the water is called the water table. So the soil part is your water table. So this is the groundwater boundary between the soil and the groundwater substrate. That is called as water table. And water bodies, your examples are your river, lake, pond, where waters are accumulated. Another term is self purification of natural water. So water, it can purify the pollution by itself. How? With limited degrades. When the pollution is very limited, the organic waste will purify itself with time, like by the help of bacteria and the different bacteria and virus. The limited polluted material or organic waste are degraded, and it will be purify itself with some time. So this is called as self purification of water naturally by itself. Right. So water body, water table, and self purification. This is the terminology we are using inside the topic. Right. So when we enter into the topic, the first one is what is biological oxygen demand. This may come as a short note in your exam. What is biological oxygen demand? So as per the definition, biological oxygen demand is the quantity of oxygen. So how much oxygen is used? Is utilized by the microorganisms in the aerobic degradation of the organic matter in a water body. So water body means river, pond, lake, whatever it may be. It's called as biological oxygen demand. So simplify, if you will simplify it, so if there is any organic matter in the water or any pollution in the matter, it will be degraded by the microorganism like bacteria and the virus, utilizing the oxygen present in the water. That is called as biological oxygen demand. Okay, for example, when there is increased amount of biologically uh, uh, organic matter in the water, so there is increased amount of biological oxygen demand. So oxygen will be more utilized for more pollution. So the POD is higher in the polluted water. In the unpolluted water, on the other hand, the value of biological oxygen demand is low because the water is not polluted. So in simple way, when there is pollution, biological oxygen demand or BOD is increased or it will be higher because it will need more oxygen for degradation of the uh, waste. When there is unpolluted water, it needs lower value of biological oxygen because they need less oxygen as there is less degraded material or the pollutant in the water. It is called as biological oxygen demand. So these may come as a short note in your exam. So biological oxygen demand value is helpful in water pollution control management. Is a criteria of usefulness of process designing and loading circulation. Is a measure of efficacy of operation of the treatment plants. So this is very important for the treatment plant. So biological oxygen demand is very important in the treatment plants as per the definition. Right? So there are various factors which influence biological oxygen demand are typical types of organism, pH of the water, presence of the toxin, presence of the organic matter, available of the nutrients, and the rate of nutrification. That means, what is nutrients? Nutrients are the pollution. For example, from a fertilizer plant, when the degraded material or the waste material are drained into the river or the sea, it will have some nutrients. That nutrients is a pollution actually. That nutrients. So type of nutrients is also very important is water pollution. So factors like as discussed, type of organism, pH, toxins, organic matter, and the nutrients and the rate of nitrifications are very important for the biological biological oxygen demand value. Right. Another term is there that is called as eutrophications. What is eutrophication? Eutrophications are the enrichment of water body by input of organic waste containing nutrients, chiefly nitrates and the phosphates. So what happened in eutrophications? So when sewage or the fertilizer runoff from the farms or the industry, it will enrich with the nutrients content in the river or the lakes. That is called as eutrophication. So as it reach in like your phosphorus and the phosphates and the nitrates, the algae and the green plants in the water, that will utilize these nutrients. That is called as algae blooms. Okay, it will bloom, it will grow up. So this algae and the green plants uses the oxygen and begin to die off. So excess use of these nutrients leads to death of algae and the green plants. Again, these algae and the green plants which are died, it will be creates more degraded products in the water. So there is aerobic decomposers, mainly the bacteria multiply use of the even more oxygen. That's lead to aerobic organism die of lack of oxygen. So fishes, all these are they will die due to lack of oxygen. So oxygen will be utilized in different process. So the animals they will not utilize the oxygen. It will utilize for the degradation of the polluted matter. It is called as eutrophications. So eutrophications lead to increase in the growth of aquatic plant and often to algae blooms and ultimately water body disappears. At the end, what happened? There will be disappearance of the water body. Means the river, lake, or pond will disappear. Right? It will be dry because there is no living organism inside the water for degradation or anything. So these are the all some terminology. Eutrophications is, may become as a short note in your exam. Biological oxygen demand may come as a short note in your exam. Right. The third now we will discuss about the type of water pollution. So basically, water pollutions are of two types. One is your fresh water pollution. Another is your marine water. Fresh means anything other than the ocean or the sea, or some lakes. You can also. The fresh water is from the rivers or pond, your streams, waterfall, all this. So freshwater pollutions are basically of four types. One is your domestic waste water and the sewage. Second type is your industrial waste. Third type is your agriculture waste, and fourth type is your physical pollutants. The sources of surface water pollutions are basically these four types. The first one is domestic water and the sewages. This means it includes the water waste derived from the household activities like your bathing, food processing, washing utensils, which we are doing in our daily household activities. So this water are the pollutant. The major ingredient of the detergent, that is your phosphate, okay, which leads to algae blooms and which produce a offensive smell and choke the water bodies. So when this what detergent are polluted in the water, it will again from the algal blooms and it will choke the water bodies and offensive smell. You will see the pond, for example, in the pond, people are washing their clothes and taking baths with using the soaps, detergents. With time, you will see the pond will be very much polluted with some algae matters, all those things, and there is no water content. Only the algae matters, all the greenish plants are there. Okay, this is due to your high phosphate level in the detergent. So this is your domestic wastewater and sewage. Second type of source of surface water pollution is your industrial waste. Industrial waste is very common in our country. Like you will see the Kaveri water in south and in Delhi also the river water polluted with some forms of many times. Many times You will see in the news, the farms are in the river water. That is due to the industrial waste which are fall in the water streams. So, what are the main industrial waste? In case of paint and varnish industries, that will produce the aromatic long chain hydrocarbons in the water. In the textile industries, like in your Rajasthan and Gujarat, so many textile industries are there. They will put various dye stuffs and metal salt in the water pollution. Other industries also have some oil, gases, plastic, and metal waste like copper, zinc, arsenic, lead. So many heavy metals are there, which will be toxic to the water and will be pollutant in the water. Here in your booklet, some examples are there. What is the source of pollution and the name of the river? Okay, like in Narmada, there is paper mill. Okay, in Calcutta, there is so many power station, paper pulp, jute, textiles mills are there. The Ganga River is polluted by that. So many rivers examples are there in your book. Third one of water pollution is your agriculture waste. Agriculture waste, what are the most common agriculture waste or pollutant we are using? It is the insecticide or pesticides. Commonly, the DDT you are using different pesticides like organophosphorus, different organophosphorus we are using, like and rodenticides also we are using. Like in Delhi side, they are using aluminum phosphide commonly for as rodenticides. So many agriculture poisons and the fertilizer are used, which are very much toxic to the water. So mainly the farm, poultry farm, and fertilizers, pesticides. These are used in the agriculture field for increased production. Among these, excessive nitrates in the groundwater will causes methemoglobinemia, a disease condition where the hemoglobin will mix with the nitrates and produce the methemoglobins, which is very dangerous and life-threatening condition, especially to the children. So these are all about the agriculture waste material and its pollution. The fourth type is your physical pollutants. Of the physical pollutants, the radioactive and the thermal pollutants are included in the physical pollutant. So among the fourth one is the physical pollutant. So what is the radioactive in nuclear testing? Any your uh, like your thermal plants near the river, they will discard their waste material to the river. Life in and some nuclear radioactive industries are there. They are also discard their waste material to the river. So this is the fourth type of physical particulate pollutions of the surface water pollution. So the first one is your domestic waste, second is your industrial, third is your agricultural, and the fourth one is your physical, mainly by the radioactive and thermal plant industries. Okay. So what is the treatment for sewage? So sewage treatment is very important. This may come as a short note, also as a long question in your exam. So it is basically of two types. What two types? Primary treatment and the secondary treatment. Okay, primary treatment are divided into sedimentation, coagulation, filtration, and disinfection. In the secondary treatment, it is softening and aeration. So basically, it is composed of sedimentation. What do you know by sedimentation? When the water is flowing in a very slow velocity, they gradually the heavy metals or heavy particulates, waste material will deposited slowly on the ground of the water level. That is called as sedimentation of the sewage. This is most commonly the heavy waste material will deposit in the surface of the water. The second method is your coagulation. Coagulations means basically we are using potash alum. What it do is coagulation of the some dirty material or the pollutants in the water will be settled down by the process of flocculations. We are using alum for the flocculation and the coagulation. So it will deposited in the ground level. That is called as coagulation. This is the second treatment method for the surface water sewage. Third treatment method is your filtration. What is filtration? Like a general filter, we are using coal and the sand as a filter method. What happened? The water goes through the coal or the graded coals or the mixture of coal and the sand with perforated surface over it. The soluble materials such as salt and metals of ions are may not remove, but other maybe pollutants will be filtered there. So this is the third method. It is filter. It's similar to the filter as we are using in our home filter. Coal and your sand are used for the filtration method. So after filtration, the water goes to the disinfection. So there is chances of many organism with like a bacteria, virus are there. So commonly we are using bleaching powder, which contains the chlorine in it, which disinfect in the water. So many tap water from different state also you will get some chlorinated water. It will smell bleaching powder smell in the water content. So this is for the disinfected of the water. And some methods like your ultraviolet light or boiling is another method for disinfection. So these are the first primary four methods of sewage like sedimentation, coagulation, filtration, and disinfection. Right. The secondary treatment methods are your softening. What is softening? Softening is a process of treatment of water by which the cations of calcium and the magnesium are removed from the hard water. So the water is treated with lime and soda to precipitate the calcium and magnesium. So in some part of India, like your Ahmedabad and some parts, there is you will get some hard water. So it will be treated with the softening method, like a lime and soda has to be used uh, to make it free from calcium and magnesium cations. So that will be useful. Okay, the second water is passed through the porous cation exchanger and left cation free. So this one method is a lime and soda ash. Another method is cation exchanger. You can use to make it cation free. So this is the softening method. This is secondary treatment method of the sewage. And the second method of secondary treatment is your aerations. What is this? This is a process of exposing water to air by forcing air through water. What happened? By forcing through air into the water, there is a bubble or will add some oxygen, which reduces the carbon dioxide and other toxic substances like hydrogen sulfide and will decrease and that test production of the gases and vapors. So good vapor and the gases will be formed. So we are exposing water to air by forcing air through the water. That is called as aerations. So these are the six method of treatment of sewage. The primary for sedimentation, coagulation, filtration, and disinfection. And the secondary methods are softening and aerations. So any doubt till now? Okay. So these are all about soft water. Now we'll go to the groundwater pollution. What is the main reason of groundwater pollution? Groundwater, particularly, there is shallow soak pits, which causes groundwater to be polluted in many cities due to seepage pits, reuse pits, septic tanks. So these are the main reason where there is pollution of the groundwater. And another agriculture product, there is excessive nitrogen fertilizer. It also leads to pollution of the groundwater. One example I will give to you. A few years back, the Coca-Cola company was banned due to there is high percentage of insecticidal poison found in the Coca-Cola cold drinks. The reason is there's a plant in the Calcutta, nearby Calcutta. There is the plant use gallons of water every day for production of this Coca-Cola drinks. And the plant was actually it is away from the town. It is in the village with crop field surrounded by the industry. So what happened? The crop field they are using organophosphorus and the insecticidal for their crops. Due to heavy water needed by the industry, they are pouring much groundwater. So that gradually with time, what happened? The insecticidal poisons they are migrated to the groundwater, again used by the Coca-Cola industry. That's why the groundwater content of insecticide is very high from the permissible level. And for that reason, the Coca-Cola is banned for many times, for many years, for that reason. And that is the reason of groundwater pollution in Calcutta, Coca-Cola company. So many fertilizer or insecticidal were also used for pollution in the groundwater level. So what are the different sources of groundwater pollution? So it may be directly from the groundwater or indirectly. What is directly and indirectly? So directly means if the pollution in the groundwater that contain nitrogen, sorry nitrate. Nitrate is a very toxic substance and it is soluble in water and it will remain for a longer period. That's why it is very toxic. So nitrates also leads to methemoglobinemia. That's also very fatal disease process. So nitrogen usually is very pollutant in the groundwater level. So directly what happened? Somebody is drinking water from the groundwater. So he is directly taking some pollution and indirectly for dependent part. For example, fish is taking half in the from the water and the person is taking fish from that particular area. One example I will give in Rajasthan, there is so many textile industries are there. So textile dyes are very much used in that area. So in study by the prevention and control of pollution, water pollution, they will get so high concentration of dye toxics like your lead, mercury, arsenic, all these toxins in the groundwater level. So this is the indirect method, directly from the groundwater, indirectly from the another source like chicken also, chicken or vegetables, fish that indirectly contaminate the human health. So groundwater mainly directly or indirectly they were contaminated. The next we'll go to the marine pollution. So 70% of the earth's surface are maintained by the seawater or ocean. So it is a very important part of our life for balance of the oxygen carbon dioxide in the environment. So ocean will evaporate the water and form the clouds. So any pollution to the marine water or the ocean is very crucial and it will produce the ill health to our body. So one term is there that is called a uteris, means the tail end of the river which joins the sea at the margin. So sea and river junction is, or the tail of the river is called uteris. Okay. So what is its importance? This is the most productive ecosystem on the earth. So any type of pollution is maintained by the uteris or the tail end of the river. You'll get so many mangrove trees, would prevent from pollution, from different cyclonic effects. Okay, recently in Odisha, one cyclone is there, which is prevented by the mangrove trees in the river dells. Okay, so it will balance the ecosystem. It is a very important role in our ecosystem. Another is coral. Coral reefs. What is coral reefs? These are the plants inside the marine.
Marine.
Hello, Uh, in the marine system. Okay, so they are also very rich in biological diversities. Like any pollution, they will try to make it clean naturally. So marine pollution are basically due to the oil spills or the industrial chemicals, thermal pollution, or harvesting polymetallic nodules. Basically, these are the four type of marine pollution. The first is your oil spills. Oil spills. What is oil spill? So many oil industries are there. So oil spill means there is accidental discharge or leakage of the oil or its product into the trees, coral reefs, or the marine water directly or indirectly by the tanker ships or any other means. Okay, that means the oil is leakage or directly it will be put into the marine water. So what happened? If we give an example here, in Alaska in 1989, there is 50 million gallons of oil tank leak in the marine or ocean. That will leads to many death of marine lives like fishes, corals, and the plants inside the ocean, and it will remain for many years also. Okay. Also, oil spills is also used as the war weapons. Recently, this is used in 1991 between the Iraq and the other countries during the war. Okay, they will throw millions of gallons of crude oil into the marine water. So these are the main cause of oil spill into the marine water, which can destroy our balance of ecosystem. The second type is your industrial chemicals. Industrial chemicals means so many industries they are built near the ocean or the sea. They will discard their waste material to the ocean. One example is your Minamata disease in Japan. So in 1960s, 70s, there is a neurological disorder found in the Japan. When they will study, they'll found some mercury eaten by the fish for a longer period, and the people are eating the fish which are contaminated with the mercury. They are suffering from many neurological disorders due to the mercury toxicity. It is called as Minamata disease. One example of mercury toxicity in the water, marine water. So many industrial chemicals like heavy metals like your arsenic, lead, hydrocarbons, and other dyes, they are contaminated the marine life. The third one is your thermal pollution. Third one is thermal pollution. The marine pollution of third type is your thermal pollution. It is due to the thermal power plants established near the ocean or the sea, where the waste material are thrown into the ocean. Many times you have seen the nuclear weapons and other heavy power generated weapons are tested in the sea and the marine. So it will produce a huge amount of pollution in the marine water. So thermal plants basically and the nuclear weapons that will produce the marine water heavily polluted by different radioactive substances also. The fourth type is your harvesting polymetallic nodules. Polymetallic nodules is a type of nodules which are produced and used for submarine mining. So basically minings are using in the land, but this type of mining industries they are established inside the seawater level. Okay, so this type of mining also your polymetallic nodules they are using also pollute the marine water. These are the four method of pollution of the marine water. So this is all about your water pollution. Any questions? If you have, you can ask. So these are all about your pollution, right? Some questions you may get in your exam.
Sir, please share the questions for the exam. Share the questions.
Exam, you may get some short notes and also the long questions here. Some are mentioned in your booklets are there also, right? So basically, you will get what are the different type of marine water pollution, and right, and fresh water pollution. You may get. Okay. In short note, you may get biological oxygen demand is a short note. Eutrophications is another short note you may get. Right. What is the treatment for sewage? It is also a long and short type both. That may ask in your exam. What are the different type of surface water pollution and groundwater pollution? So these are the questions you may face from this water pollution, right? Among these, biological oxygen demand is very commonly asked, sort not, right? And treatment of sewage is also very important. So we can write. So any queries you can ask. Uh,
Sir,
right
can you
now I
share?
don't have slide. Okay,
Sir,
I will share the slide later on. Okay, to the IGNO and they'll share it to you.
sir, can you share the questions PDFs for the examination related sample
PDF,
papers?
actually, I have not made any PDF. You can note it down. I'll tell you another thing. Another once again, right? In water pollution, you may get uh, Pavan, Dr. Pavan. Hello.
Sir, I have a one query.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, in water, we can go for the oxygen level parameter, or how we check that levels? In the what are the parameters for checking this?
Parameters. We can use different parameters. We can, for example, for lead toxicity or mercury toxicity, you can label the level of the permissible level of the that toxins, right? Not oxygen. Oxygen level only the biodegradation level means that is BOD is also very important along with the level of the permissible level of the that content. As I have given one example in Minimata disease, the mercury level is very high. It is higher multiple times than the permissible level. That leads to Minimata disease. So permissible, so many elements are there, and they have some permissible level. If it is higher than that, it is not permissible.
Sir, I am in the near about the river bank Ganga. There's
Okay.
most of the industry is elevated with
You are from
smokes
which place?
with Kanpur.
Kanpur. Okay.
Yeah,
Kanpur is very polluted also.
yeah. So there is in most of the this leather industry is going on, and most of the rest the treatment plants is nothing. So how we know that the parameter like this level, this level?
Actually, basically, they are doing with biological oxygen demand level in the water. One. Okay.
Okay,
Second is your treatment of the sewage. Whatever their actually the rules is that they can treat the wastes and after that they will pour it to into the river or whatever may be. Okay. But they're
okay,
not obeying all those things. They're not obeying all those things.
mm, okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. Questions related to air pollution, sir. What might be?
Yes, yes, yes. Ask. Please, Doctor. Hello. Please ask. Question related to
Sir,
your exam
y-
question.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, exam question, right. Exam already have told once. Again, I will tell you. Basically, the classification of pollutant on the basis of origin. Okay, on the basis of origin, like on the basis of chemical composition, or the basis of state of matter. So these are three long question or short note type you can get, along with some discuss the major sources of air pollution.
Once
So,
again, please, sir. Once again, please, sir.
classify the pollutants. Okay,
Yes,
according
sir.
to origin, with chemical composition and state of matter. This is a long question. Okay,
Sir, please repeat according to.
According to origin, chemical composition, and third one is your state of matter. State of matter means whether it's a particulate matter or the
And
gases.
thermalism.
State of matter. Okay.
Next question, sir.
Next, you may get what are the sources of air pollution.
What are the
Okay.
sources?
Sources of air pollution.
Next question, sir.
Next question is your short note is a short note. You may get photochemical oxidative reaction. Okay.
Photochemical.
Photochemical. So this is the reaction for ozone formation, ozone layer formation, right?
Autochemical.
Photochemical oxidative reaction,
Oxidative.
oxidative reaction or oxidation, whatever.
Next question, sir.
What is the effect of air pollution? You have to write in health over the health and the ecological or the environment, right? What is the effect of air pollution?
You once again repeat the question number two.
Question number two. What are the sources of air pollution? Sources of air pollution. Third was the short note photochemical oxidation or photochemical oxidative reaction. Fourth one is the effect of air pollution. So you have to write both over the health and the environment, both. Uh, on short note, another is greenhouse effect. Okay, that may come as a short note in your exam. Greenhouse effect.
What is the short note of greenhouse effect?
Short note, greenhouse effect. You may get a short note. Ozone layer is a short note. Right. The greenhouse, there is increase in the carbon dioxide. So there is
Yes, sir.
increase in that.
CFC,
Sorry.
CFC, carbon monoxide.
Yeah.
Yes. Carbon dioxide, carbon. There is increase in the temperature. There is global warming is there. That is called as greenhouse effect. And what is now everybody is
Sir, sulfur can be considered as a greenhouse? Not.
this is sulfur is also air polluted.
And methane, which is coming from the this uh, ex- uh, CNG and all that, they are.
Yes. All even the AC there is tetrahydrochloride. Okay.
Refrigerator.
Refrigerator also same.
Okay.
There is all also destructive and there is very air pollution. Even you may stay in a like your malls. Okay, their AC containers are there and that is also very ill effect. No time. So I see you should not use much. It's very
Sir, as
toxic.
a one knowledgeable question, that air purifier we are using in the our houses,
Yes.
they are good or not?
Uh, it depends on what are the method of fire you are using. For example, induction is very safe. Okay. LPG also very particularly safe, but wood you will get so many toxic product there. Okay.
Means nowadays this air purifiers are coming in the market.
Yes.
They are safe or not?
Yes. It is quite safe.
Yes, sir.
Okay. LPG are safe. Okay. Okay. Any queries?
So these are the questions, sir, which will come
Yes,
the
expected question
exams.
these are. Any doubt you can mail in the IGNO site. I will answer it, no problem. Right.
Okay.
Sir, important questions in water pollution, sir.
But I've already have told. Again, I will tell you. Important questions in water pollution, right? You can write. Uh, First is a short note, biological oxygen demand or BOD.
Biological.
oxygen demand. Right? It will come as a short note.
Short notes of biological demand. Okay, sir. Next.
By the way, oxygen demand. Second is your eutrophication. Eutrophication. There is a short
Utro.
note. Utro. Eutrophication.
Eutrophication.
Come as a short note, right?
Short notes of eutrophication.
Right. What are the sources of surface water pollution?
These are the common questions, sir. What are the
Yes, yes.
sources of air pollution
Yes,
and
yes.
what are the sources of water pollution?
Water pollution and the marine water pollution. Okay. The both come as a short note as well as in the long question. Okay. You have to describe marine water pollution or the fresh water pollution. Water pollution basically three types. One is surface water, groundwater, and marine water. Right. So groundwater may not come as a long question, but surface water and the marine water they will come as short and as well as a long question. In surface water pollution, it may combinedly come with the treatment of sewage. Okay, treatment of sewage. Okay, it is basically primary treatment and the secondary. Primary is your sedimentation. Answer telling. I'm answering. I'm telling. Okay, sedimentation, coagulation, filtration, and disinfection. And secondary is your softening and aeration. So treatment of sewage is this may combinedly come with the um, types of surface water pollution, or individually it may come as a short note or long question also. Treatment of sewage, right? So these are the expected questions from water pollution. So any queries?
No, sir.
सर फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्या था?
First question: biological oxygen demand (BOD).
हाँ हाँ, ये तो मैंने लिख दिया। ये जो सोर्स ऑफ एयर पोल्यूशन से पहले वाला जो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन था
वो तो एयर पोल्यूशन में आ गया, ये तो वाटर पोल्यूशन बोल रहे हैं।
नहीं, उससे पहले
हाँ,
ये था आपका अकॉर्डिंग टू ओरिजिन केमिकल कंपोजिशन एंड थर्मिशन स्टेट ऑफ मैटर।
राइट राइट।
अकॉर्डिंग
टू ओरिजिन केमिकल कंपोजिशन।
अच्छा,
इट इज द
ओरिजिनल।
क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ एयर पोल्यूशन। ओके,
ठीक है सर।
ठीक है, ठीक है। यही सारे आएंगे क्वेश्चन और कुछ नहीं।
एंड थर्मिज्म स्टेट ऑफ मैटर।
यस यस। Basically, classification divided into three parts: origin, chemical composition, and state of matter. State of matter मतलब कैसा हालत में है वो, छोटा छोटा
थर्मल स्टेट ऑफ मैटर।
स्टेट ऑफ मैटर, राइट?
ठीक है सर।
ओके, और कुछ एनी डाउट? these are the expected question. Okay.
Sir, you told the long questions and also the short questions both.
Yes 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 yes. One acid rain is may come as a short note, acid rain, right? Or somebody asked
सीट्रेन
about short note may
सीड
come acid rain.
अच्छा अच्छा।
Short notes of acid rain.
एसिड रेन। ओके, जैसे कि ताजमहल को ऊपर कभी कभी देखो तो तब उसका चमकता ताजमहल अभी थोड़ा डाउन हो गया ड्यू टू एसिड रेन। एक्चुअली यू विल आल्सो फेस ओवर द कार बाइक्स इन द बालकनी ड्यू टू सल्फर पॉइजन। मेनली दिस इज ड्यू टू सल्फर पॉइजन, सल्फर टॉक्सिसिटी। तो जो एनवायरनमेंट में जाता है उससे बारिश होके वो नीचे आ जाता है एज एसिड रेन।
Sir, recent in current news, the
हाँ,
ozone hole are seen in Antarctica. Antarctica, there are ozone hole are seen.
yes yes, this is due to mainly the your greenhouse effect and the melt.
Sir,
Ice are also
uh,
melting there in the both side, north
sir,
pole and south pole.
in this current sir, pollution, what about the safe level? Means under the 200 or 300?
Which one? Safe level.
Yeah,
Safe level is less than 150. Okay.
150.
The air quality index, if you tell, air quality index is less than 150, but more safe is less than 80. Okay.
So nowadays means they are 400
40
and
to
four
60
hundred
are
fifty in
safe.
Delhi.
More less than 80 60 is safe because nowhere you will get 60. Okay, it's commonly our resistance is high. Okay.
But in market area, you will see approx 150 cross in market area.
Yes, yes, one. That is even in jungle also. You'll go to the jungle or some safari, you'll get air index is more than 150.
Oh my
You're
God.
surprised. It is a jungle area, how it is 150. Because surrounding the jungle, so many industries are there. That is
Oh,
not visible. Okay. In Delhi, it is 450. Last 3 days back, it is 450 in Delhi.
450.
It is
Government has a Supreme Court taking care for that.
nobody is listening. Nobody is listening. This is due to heavy vehicles over Delhi, heavy traffic, all those things. No, air quality index is 450. 2 days back in Delhi. It is harmful. It is very toxic. Also, one cannot survive very long in that environment. But yeah,
So what are the sir, consequences of that?
consequences. So many asthmatic patients will go Delhi. Small child, they are suffering from asthma, COPD, bronchitis, all those things. Lung
Oh,
cancer. Okay, so many cancers also.
Sir, is there any questions come? What are the concepts of sound pollution?
Sound pollution. Sound pollution is a different. It is not there included here. But sound pollution is also in air. It can get, but it will not come as in your exam as a question. Okay. Sound 90 decibel is the last, or that is permissible limit. More than 90 is not permissible. Usually to the human ear.
65 decibels are safe.
90 is permissible. Like your DJ, all those this function you can
sir,
allow.
in morning there's a like Ajans there is a very problematic thing.
Sorry, in the morning.
Yeah. So whatever the level they are using in their Ajan.
You're from which place?
I'm from UP.
You Kanpur, na? Okay.
Yeah.
Kanpur is very polluted. It is very difficult actually. All the cities are polluted, but North India, like
But
Kanpur,
number one is Delhi, sir. New Delhi is number one
New Delhi is
polluted city.
the New Delhi is horrible. You can
Sir,
you cannot stay.
now NCR are also coming on the range of that.
But there is no benefit. Every year, same problem. Every year, odd even numbers are coming. So the Haryana and Punjab, they are try to stop those fire, crop fires. Okay, but the result is same every year. They are stopping Diwali also, crackers. But the result
Recently
is
in newspaper recently there said that people are taking the poison gas. I mean, in the air of the Delhi, there are airs
yes,
are become polluted and totally become poison.
it
So
is
in the
poison. For 50 is
newspaper,
poison. It is a
uh,
poison actually. For 50 is very high.
so that in newspaper
Hmm.
clearly said that people are taking poison gas in New Delhi.
Yes, yes, right, right. It is right. It is carcinogenic. It will leads to COPD, asthma. You'll go to the Delhi. You will see in the outdoor small children are suffering from asthma attack. Many small. That's why school are also banned for standard 9. Then they extend to plus 2. Online classes are going on. So online classes, what is the benefit? Air is dirty. Inside home is 450. Outside also 450. There is no benefit. It may be 50 or 100 less, 350. Take it 350. So everywhere it is polluted. So after some year, maybe Delhi people will shift to nearby village also because it is not uh, the place to live there. And people will suffer from many diseases, they will leave that place. Groundwater level is also day by day. It is somebody Ba- Banani, you are from Bangalore, na?
No, sir. I'm from Port Blair, Andaman.
Sorry, sorry, Port Blair. Somebody is from Bangalore. The Bangalore groundwater level is decreasing day by day. They're taking water from Chennai or south nearby town from the tankers. So people will face problem with time. So these are out of your text, okay? These are the discussion. So Delhi is not a place to live right now, especially in the winters.
Delhi is a place for work.
Yes, yes. You are from which place, Saurav?
I'm from Kolkata.
Kolkata. Okay. Calcutta is quite good. Pollution is
No, no, sir. Here
comparative.
are also too much polluted. After Delhi, Kolkata comes. So Kolkata is also very, very
What is
much
the
polluted.
AQA, air quality index there in Calcutta?
Approximately in days 180.
180. But in periphery, it is good in Calcutta, I think. Calcutta town is crowded actually.
But in newses also, TV newses, they are also said that in market areas there
Hmm.
are too much pollutions. There is
Yes, yes.
index in the machines. Okay,
Hmm.
a reporter that he
Hmm.
said that is 180.
180. 180
Yeah,
is high actually. But also Kanpur, all those Lucknow, Delhi,
I'm watching
North
news.
India, it is in winter, it is a host actually. Anyway, any queries related to this air pollution and water, you can ask. We'll stop this discussion. Thank you all for participation.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. So we can stop here.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome.
Sir,
Yeah.
can you tell me about the project work? I'm telling the subject of the BHMP 101, the project work. So
Hmm.
can you guide me the assignment?
Project work you can mail to the IGNOU center. Okay, they will guide you better because I have assigned to teach this topic only. I'm
Oh,
not completely coordinating this course. Okay.
okay. No, I didn't get any kind of guide from this subject,
Uh,
BHMP 101.
you are
So
enrolled in which institute in Calcutta?
in Calcutta Medical College, I entered.
Calcutta. No? You can go there. You're staying in the Calcutta. You can go there, go to the institute, and with the course coordinator, you can ask them. Okay,
Yeah,
they will help.
but the Calcutta Medical College doctors also said that we will that I will talk to the IGNU center in Vikas Bhavan, Kolkata. So
Contact the IGNOU center. You can mail them. They will help you. No problem. Yeah. Project. You have some doubt in the project, no? Project work.
yes, sir.
Hmm.
I didn't get any kind of assignment questions. So
Assignment question
One
is there.
second, Saurav. Hello.
yes,
It's there in website.
please repeat.
Hello.
Please repeat.
The questions are there in a website. You go through website,
Okay.
download that particular subject questions, then you write the assignment and submit it to study center.
No. I get the other subject questions like BHMP, sorry, BHM 101, 102, but in the project guide, in the project work, I didn't get there.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm asking, sir, that
Okay, okay.
You may mail to the IGNOU site. They will help you. No problem. Okay. If the doctor of the Calcutta Medical is there not helping, you can mail to the regional, your Calcutta regional IGNOU center. They will help you. No problem.
actually they doesn't in the doctors they doesn't get full information from the ICU center.
Yes, yes.
So,
They
so
have no
that's a
interest
problem.
actually. That's
That's a
that's a
problem.
problem. They have no interest actually. They're busy in their practice or something like that. So that's why.
सर
So,
वो BHM 101 में एनी इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन प्लीज
101 मतलब कौन सा है?
ये इसी BHM 1 में
हम्म
इसी सब्जेक्ट का कोई इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन बता दीजिए
BHM-1 का पूरा पूरा तो
हाँ हाँ सर
मतलब ये दोनों टॉपिक ही असाइन किया गया था.
अच्छा अच्छा
यू कैन जस्ट डू वन थिंग. सारे सब्जेक्ट के पीछे एक्टिविटीज दिया होगा. ओके, इन योर बुकलेट यू गेट योर बुकलेट्स, बुक्स जो मिला होगा
हाँ जी सर
उसमें एक्टिविटीज दिया हुआ है. यू गेट तो
हम्म।
उसमें मिलेगा. एक दूसरा है, यू कैन मेल, यू कैन टाइप सर्च इन द गूगल. ओके, जो भी टॉपिक उसको इग्नोर करके सर्च करना. यू विल गेट ऑल्सो ओल्ड क्वेश्चंस ऑल्सो. जो पुराने क्वेश्चन है वो भी आ जाएंगे उसमें.
अच्छा
ठीक है.
ठीक है सर थैंक यू सर
Okay, thank you very much
Thank you, sir.
for your patience hearing. Thank you. Okay, have a nice day. Goodbye.
थैंक यू सर
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
bye.
Sir, night comes.